I would put it on the bun. You could fit the pickles. You could fit pickles in the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on.
Some onions.
Pickle chicken sandwich. Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know what?
Man,
I want to
fuck that.
teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. You're like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunshiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too. I think that's the, well, it's just you get the hard part out of the way first, you know. Well, you are just in time. We are the J&T Baggers.
Tiger Durgan.
DJ Van Nielsen. And, yeah, so,
Some movies suck, and some are great, but our reviews are always late. Late reviews with the boys from Just in Time.
first off, we're both definitely Star Wars fans. We both, you know, have had it's not been unnoticeable that, you know, it's been, what's like 7 years almost since Disney's put out a Star Wars movie in the theaters.
Yeah.
And the last one we saw in theaters didn't leave a great taste in the mouth. The, what was it?
The Mandalorian and the Grogu.
Well, no, the last one we saw, though. Before that, the last Star Wars one, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We did a whole episode on hating that one, spoiling it for Rook Nasty. Because honestly, we were disappointed. We were more than disappointed. That movie was damn near insulting to Star Wars fans. But a strange thing had happened at that time, though, too, that movie was released. You know, The Mandalorian started being released, and that kind of reignited a lot of fandom of Star Wars. Especially that first season, it was like, okay, this is actually, you know, something that doesn't suck. You know, it's an adventure of the week type of thing, and, you know, you got your space western aesthetic back, and, you know, you could tell that Boba Fett was probably supposed to be the star of the show, but they decided to make up a whole new Mandalorian so they wouldn't have to be adhering to any Boba Fett pre-established lore, I guess.
It gave you into the lore, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then season 2 went ahead and brought Boba Fett right into it and showed like, oh yeah, Boba Fett could be a badass. And season 2 ended on such a high that I honestly would have been fine if they were just like, yeah, we're not doing Mandalorian anymore. It's like we're breaking off into other shit or something. But
They wanted the views, man. They saw the numbers that skyrocket at or peak.
yeah,
And they're like, we got to keep going with this.
and that was part of the problem was, you know, Luke came back. We saw, well, Luke came into the picture and we saw him rescue, and he takes the baby.
Force sensitive.
And then you get to season 3 and the baby's already back with Luke. Yeah, after that whole emotional thing where he takes off his fucking mask and he, you know, where he takes off the helmet and lets the baby see his face for the first time ever in life. And then if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, you come back and it's just like, wait, why is the baby back with him?
Why is it any brand shit?
Yeah, why does he have chainmail? Why does the baby have chainmail? What the fuck is this? And then you find out you had to watch Book of Boba Fett to get the 2 episodes of Mandalorian that knocked out so much Mandalorian story. Like, my God.
Wasn't really interesting.
The Book of Boba Fett as a show was not very interesting. The 2 episodes of Mandalorian within were damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And it pissed me off too, because it was just like instantly, like he even said the whole, I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold, and it was like, oh fuck, he's just back to bounty hunting, and now he's got the dark saber, and there was a whole. So you get to season 3, and he's got the baby back, and he's trying to make the baby a Mandalorian and shit. Like they're really going full on, I guess, with that one, where like he's just gonna be a force sensitive Mandalorian baby, I guess. Conceptually, it's cool. But then, we got Ahsoka and we got some other shows, and I don't know. It just when I first had heard that they were making, instead of a season 4 of The Mandalorian, that they were just going for a movie. I was like, okay, maybe maybe if they got some big connective tissue, since they've spent at least 2 seasons of The Mandalorian setting up other lore, or setting up, other aspects of the lore with the Mandalorians and shit. Which, having Ahsoka involved and having, her show and Thrawn's return, like, okay, maybe Mando deals with Thrawn for the first time ever in his life, and that's not what we got in this movie.
I mean, the action was cool. You know what I mean? Like he kept it real with the whole action, and him with his weapons, and actually showing that he is he is a warrior. You know what I mean? That is his religion, his weapons and fighting. You know what I mean? And even the relationship with him and his little force sensitive baby, which, you know what I mean? He actually, and he, I don't know about the Mandalorians. Are they supposed to show affection or not?
I mean, they're allowed to have families and shit like that.
Okay, so you know what I mean. It's not like the Jedi's where there's like just suppress your feelings basically.
No, not fully. Like, not in the way, like, because Mandalorians as a culture, they still have to breed the next generation,
Right.
So there's got to be at least some kind of affection, some kind of emotion going on there.
Okay.
And from what I remember, I don't think they go by like just nothing but arranged marriages or anything like that either. So
Okay.
procreation, I do believe, does happen by way of love, or at least
Well, see,
an uncontrolled lust.
that's the cool thing about when this actually showed up. I was like, wait, okay, so this is around the same universe, but no, not sword fighting no more. You know what I mean? All right, cool. I get it. I'm down with it. You know what I mean? Shootouts. Cool. Right on. What I liked where they went with it. Okay, I really do.
With the movie, or just the show in general, Star Wars.
Yes, with the direction of the lore of that specific lore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The movie though, to be honest, like we said it, yeah, dude. It could have been like a 4-part freaking special presentation of Disney Plus.
Yeah, it could have just been a short season if they wanted to. Even see, that's the thing. I think damn near everyone can agree that has seen it and has seen Mandalorian would say that the movie played out like multiple episodes of the show, but not like, we're not talking season finale episodes.
Oh no.
Like, and I when we went to see it, I had already been starting to catch Jonah up on Mandalorian, and I think we were like halfway through season 2 or something when we went to go see the movie. So she hadn't seen like the end of season 2, like that finale and shit.
Okay.
And I kept telling her, just like, honestly, the movie was still. I was saying, the movie was underwhelming, and she's like, "Well, I mean, what's wrong with it?" I'm like, "Ugh, wait till we get to the end of season 2." And when we got to the end of season 2, she was in tears as he takes off his helmet and shows the baby his face and says his goodbye and whatnot.
Okay.
Tears. And I'm like, did you ever once feel anything like that during that movie? Not at all. Not at all.
There is cool moments, and even having Grogu inside a birdcage, dude, I did feel. I was like, hey, man. I was
Yeah.
I felt bad. But not like how I felt at the ending of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, no. And I mean, even season 3 couldn't reach those heights. But it just seemed like, I don't know. My whole question. Well, first of all, let's talk about the first mistake they really made with this, the title.
Oh, dude, that was a lazy title, man.
It worse than lazy. Like that's their way of. I think that's their way of really trying to say like, stop calling him Baby Yoda. No, who gives a fuck what people are calling him if they're actually watching the goddamn shit? But you forcing the name Grogu into the title, The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's what it sounds like, like some fucking old cheesy ass whacking it. Like Ant-Man and the
Broadway.
Wasp made more fucking sense in the title than goddamn.
Like a
Mandalorian.
Broadway kind of like title, old school. Yeah, dude. Mandalorian and Grogu. Come on, come see tonight.
Yeah, the title was just, it was just like, and I understand they didn't want to just call it The Mandalorian the movie, but at that point they might as well have just called it fucking Din and Grogu. That at least rolls off the tongue better.
And they would
if you're gonna force us to call the baby by his name or whatever, then let's just stop calling Din Djarin Mando. Because at this point we've already at this point after the fucking 3 seasons of The Mandalorian in universe, okay, they were calling him Mando because they were only going out like one at a time, and so a lot of people thought Mandalorians were pretty much extinct. So they were, he was the only Mandalorian they knew. Which I mean, you can't do that like for like races. Could you imagine like just to okay, I guess we kind of do that to you because we're just like, yeah, hit up the Mexican. It's just like,
hey man, I'm cool with it.
But we don't like you. But that's not what we call you to the point where we had to shorten it and just like, yo, Mexo, yeah, the Mex. But yeah, just calling him the Mandalorian, and I mean, like I said before too, that another mistake they had made just with the Mandalorian in general in the show was making up a new character like that, and then trying to bring in Boba Fett and be like, oh yeah, see, Boba Fett's a Mandalorian, he's a badass, and then having him talk through a whole fucking his own series, and
it's like a bedtime story.
Yeah, it's like, no, all the badass things about Din Djarin, his Mandalorian, especially in like the first season, barely spoke. And when he did speak, it was hard shit usually. That whole fucking, I can bring you in warm or bring you in cold. And the shit was awesome.
Yep.
That kind of shit would have fit Boba Fett perfectly. So they had already kind of messed up and just like written themselves into a fucking corner there when they decided to bring Boba Fett back. And I mean, I won't even complain fully about Boba Fett because Fennec Shan is awesome. I like her as a character. Ming-Na Wen is cool to have in Star Wars. But other than that, the other problem with Mandalorian is it became too much of let's connect all these live action shows to the Clone Wars and Rebels, and let's take something John Favreau helped to revitalize Star Wars as a brand in general, and let's just start pushing all Dave Filoni's characters into the same, for better and for worse. Rosario Dawson, perfect casting as Ahsoka, especially as an older Ahsoka. It's like, yeah, perfect timing and everything. Beautiful. Live action Thrawn looks like a fucking asshat.
The blue skin and the. You could tell, dude. Those are like freaking.
Yeah, the extremely fake hair. Like, come on, like that. Okay, that really does annoy me. Just because, like, aesthetically, like Thrawn in the time period of Ahsoka, which is post Empire, Thrawn was supposed to still be a like pretty dashing fucking dude. Like any artist depictions of Thrawn before they cast him live action shit and before they had him in the Rebels cartoon, he's a sexy motherfucker. Like fan casting was Robert Downey Jr. as
Okay.
Thrawn.
Weird.
No, because okay, the accent probably is the reason why you think weird. But well, think about it. Think about it. He's kind of like a space Sherlock Holmes.
True.
Slightly, a little bit. The way the character's made, of like using art to deduce battle strategies and weaknesses and strengths and shit. Awesome. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Blunior. You see what I did there? That worked. But yeah, Mandalorian. Not even going into the story because the story, honestly, irrelevant. There's no stakes.
Okay, see, the thing about it too, it was one of those like, okay, it's another job. That's it. It would have been an episode kind of like thing. It was just one job.
Yes. Even though like Rod of the Hutt not wanting to go back to his family, that's still some shit that would have happened just in an episode, just in a regular.
He's get a crew. You got a crew in one
Yeah.
one or two episodes. You got a crew. That's what that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like it's weird. It's like they didn't want to affect the overall Star Wars ecosystem universe at all. So they, like going from season 3 to the movie, you're like, okay, this is a continuation of them two, which I'll even give props. The end of season 3 didn't end with, him and Grogu like with the rest of the Mandalorians. They ended, on their own little property and shit. So I'm not even mad about them having a self-contained story. Even if like they had done a season 4 and it had been just, them two without Mandalorians all up in their business and shit. Honestly, to me, it seems like they just couldn't think of they didn't have a real season 4. Not a full-fledged, like, nothing that would touch season 2.
Or they just wanted to axe it.
Yeah, and decided let's just make it a movie.
But with no real ending to it.
Yeah, and there's no overarching really like that you give a fuck about. Just like the Hutt twins, these two twins from the book of Boba Fett. Of all fucking places. And Rod of the Hutt being from the fucking the Clone Wars movie. That was supposed to be like the test run for the Clone Wars to see if they could start putting out animated movies in the theaters. It bombed and they decided against it. Now we find ourselves in a similar position where they try to look, okay, let's take a popular TV show, a live action TV show even, and let's put that in them. Let's make a movie with that. Bombing again. Bombing. I feel bad, but that theater was fucking empty. Now, for context, whenever we like do a late review and it's from something that we went and saw in the theater experience is part of it, right?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That is part of the.
We judge everything.
Yeah.
Not judge, we rate everything.
Yeah, and part of it, and it, like the theater's fine. We have but one Regal out here, so we don't have to choose between two anymore. We don't have AMC, so we're not going out of town for fucking just to watch a movie. So,
Sorry.
just judging off of our small town, small town. We're a very populated town. To have just one movie theater out here,
Yeah,
you would expect it to be packed always.
Yeah.
And we haven't been going on the Thursday night like releases. We've been going Friday night, which is arguably going to be the busier night for theaters, right?
Yeah.
Mandalorian and Grogu, like the theater itself too, not just the theater we were like the room we were in, but like the cinema altogether was pretty fucking empty from like it was pretty slow for a Friday night there.
Yep.
Once we get into our theater, theater 12, whatever, whichever fucking one, like the story got even worse. Like there was like 17 people in there. It was not very packed. Like we kind of had our pickings on the seats. Well, it didn't seem like it though when we were doing it, when we were buying the tickets. But then once you sat down, like that theater didn't fill up much. Not for the first Star Wars movie in theaters in almost 7 years. That was not the result. Like that's not how you would expect it to look.
Yeah. At least.
I remember going to see Phantom Menace, fucking in theaters, and this was like.
Dang.
And this was like maybe a week or two after it released, and we still were outside in an hour-long line.
Dang.
Now theaters got their shit together after that, but
That's a crowd, bro.
but the rest of the prequels, but the other two prequels though, going to see them, they were still packed theaters. There were still, you know what I mean, very enthusiastic fans. Nothing like bad or shameful or nothing like that. It was just there was hype.
Okay.
And even going to see like Force Awakens. When I don't think that's the one you and I didn't go see together.
Oh, no, dude. I stumbled onto Force Awakens like in the middle of the summer, so it came out a long time ago before I finally watched it, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, I went and saw it with my sister, and we were hyped for it, and so was everybody else in the theater. Like they were just like, yeah, it was like, all right, it's a little bit like it's got a lot of OT, elements. But overall, not bad, and it's hopefully a good setup for, some kind of good story to come later. And it just got disappointing and more disappointing. But those theaters, even for Last Jedi and for Rise of Skywalker, those theaters were still packed.
Yeah.
When we were in them. Going to see Mandalorian and Grogu, like, man. My God, and to see it in May, which is supposed to be Star Wars' month. Like, they got May the Force Be With You, Revenge of the 5th, Revenge of the 6th, and because of Mandalorian, this is the May.
Okay.
And that was an empty theater, damn near. For a Star Wars movie on a Friday night, that was one of the saddest signs, before the movie even started, was just fuck, nobody's here.
It was good enough, you know what I mean? But it not very strong start at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was.
See, I kind of wish they would have kind of focused on the storyline with him actually seeing who Grogu's parents were or something.
Yeah, but they don't want to. They don't want to reveal any of that. Part of that is George Lucas's fault.
Yeah.
Because Yoda's home planet and species are never named.
Okay.
And they're never supposed to be named, apparently. Yeah, I know. It sounds weird, but that's like one element of mystery George Lucas wanted to maintain, and they seem to be respecting at least that part for now.
Okay, cool.
For now. But and they gave us some backstory on, Grogu in like season 3 with a little flashback of him, during Order 66 getting, rescued and shit.
Yep.
So there was at least some kind of attempt to, explain his existence. And, well, it still didn't explain his existence. Like, wait, that's the problem with Filoni stories, though, too, is it's always like, yeah, this was happening during this. Well, then why the fuck didn't it get... Why is Ahsoka coming out of hiding after Return of the Jedi, after the Empire falls, after the Emperor is killed? All of a sudden, Ahsoka wants to fucking bust out her lightsabers and shit. All of a sudden, she's, fighting in small towns and shit. And I mean, I get if that's all shit. No bullshit, though. She gave up on fighting the Empire fucking that long ago. Fuck off. She's just been there chilling for fucking 20 years. Been avoiding detection and everything. Fuck all the way off. No wear and tear either. Mind you, she's older than Luke and them, but she looks younger.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's I don't know. I wanted to like it, and I was hyped going into it. Like, all right, whatever. It should be at least a nice, fun action romp. And like you said, the action was good.
Awesome.
It was,
It was awesome.
we're talking about a show that already had really good action in the show.
This guy goes out, man.
And
they go out with it,
yeah.
too. I was like, dang.
Yeah, that was, the action was pretty solid and on point. And especially in, like, the opening scene and shit, too. Like, he, busts out the flamethrower. He's, killing the fucking AT-ATs and shit. Like, there was a lot going on.
Can't believe I ever saw a buff Java, man.
Yeah. A buff hut. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. That was interesting. But yeah, dude. I think it was for because the way they used Yoda traveling with the little mechanics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? They were just
Good shot, baby.
mm-hmm.
They were taking the one thing from Rise of Skywalker that anybody liked. The one little thing that anybody liked was like, okay, you know what? The little mechanic guy, Babu Frick, he was cool. We even said that in our review. Like, okay, he was cool. He had a little chuckle and shit. But I didn't need a whole scene dedicated to them. It was hilarious, though, when they tried to bring him back to the ship, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not fitting in that. Like that. I'm not saying the movie was bad. It was a good extended episode of The Mandalorian that I would have preferred to just watch at home.
Mm-hmm.
And we had that feeling going in, too. Like, this is probably going to be something that we would have rather watched on streaming, but, it's Star Wars, and it's in theaters.
Check it out.
Yeah, and, let's try to contribute to the success of Star Wars, because we still want to believe that there's creators out there that want to give us good content.
I mean, it's summer movie month, you know what I mean? Why not? Or summer freaking season movie.
Yeah.
Why not?
And we have forgotten almost, not even a clever segue, but John Frickin Smith. Heard his song, Yours to Keep, at the beginning. Check it out at
JohnFrickinSmith.com.
Yeah, along with the rest of the album, Songs of the Great Collapse. So yeah,